Human civilization has been in the process of evolving to make a more sustainable lifestyle and township. Especially after the industrial era, we're on the outlook to reduce the carbon footprint. In that initiative, there's a huge project coming up with more promise on a country-level scale and a humongous budget. Hello, and welcome back to Ionos, where we discuss everything about innovation, construction, and future civilization. In today's video, we'll see the upcoming mega project from the Gulf country, the new Line City of Saudi Arabia. So, without wasting time, let's get started. Saudi Arabia has begun building the Line mega project, NEOM, according to drone footage released by the Saudi-based OT Sky drone firm. The excavators can be seen digging wide ditches in the desert in the footage. A 170-kilometer-long, 500-meter-tall city in the West Asian country's northwest Tabuk region has a mirrored wall and aspires to host 9 million people. This is, however, one of a number of initiatives that comprise the $500 billion NEOM project. The idea aims to create a futuristic metropolis with AI-powered places for work, leisure, and living, where everything is available within a 5-minute walk, and an efficient public transportation network offers end-to-end travel in under 20 minutes. The Line claims to have established a new standard for sustainable development. Its footprint is only 34 square kilometers, or less than 4 square meters per person, and it occupies only a small portion of NEOM's 26,500 square kilometer land. This provides for a softer impact on the terrain than would be expected of a megacity. The city will be powered by renewable energy, including wind, solar, and hydrogen power, and will be the first in the world to do so. To foster harmony with nature, lush vegetation will be planted across the city. Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salman, widely known as MBS, who revealed the plans, stated that renewable energy will enable a new way of life. The Line is projected to be surrounded by NEOM Bay, Aqaba region, NEOM Mountain, and NEOM Industrial City. However, experts commenting to the architecture journal DZIN expressed their doubts about the idea, calling the promises naive about the city's sustainability and livability. According to Marshall Brown, director of the Princeton Urban Imagination Center and associate professor of architecture at Princeton University, there would be so many physical and environmental phenomena that would have to be dealt with to achieve the incredible minimal and singular character that the renderings propose. This is unlikely to deter Saudi authorities interested in the initiative, including MBS. The death penalty handed down to 3 individuals from the Hawadit tribe who refused to leave their houses when NEOM City's officials confiscated their land shows that the Saudis are bloody serious about achieving their goal. Saadi al-Hawati, Ibrahim al-Hawati, and Atala al-Hawati were forcibly evicted from the NEOM site in Saudi Arabia and sentenced to death. Structure. The project's photos show 2 parallel wall-like structures enclosing a space between them. The Line, according to its designers, will be encased in a mirror facade on the exterior, giving it a distinct personality. Buildings, layers of public parks, pedestrian spaces, schools, residences, and workplaces will be built on the interior. Traditional urban planning models predict that urbanization will develop horizontally rather than vertically. The designs revealed today for the city's vertically layered communities will challenge the traditional flat, horizontal cities and create a model for natural preservation and enhanced human livability, said Mohammed bin Salman, Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia and chairman of the NEOM Board of Directors. The Line will address humanity's current urban concerns and shed light on alternative ways of life. According to Tariq Quadumi, NEOM's executive director for urban planning, the organization also studies sustainable building materials and technologies. Their investigation into what they can do to make a city of 9 million people carbon-free continues. The concept is known as zero-gravity urbanism by the developers. This structure, which rises 500 meters above sea level, means that walls will be built taller than several skyscrapers, including the Empire State Building. In the Line, urban life is organized in 3 dimensions. 2 zero-gravity urbanism adaptations are hyperproximity and hypermixed use. The hyperproximity city model emphasizes multimodal transit above car-centric design. According to Tariq Quadumi, zero-gravity urbanism frees us from the constraints of the ground plane and the need to dismantle it. We can discover functions nearby using the zero-gravity urbanism paradigm. This opens up a whole new world of previously difficult or impossible adjacencies. A school, for example, can serve as a museum. Saudi Arabia will create 380,000 jobs and add around $50 billion to the country's GDP as a result of this project. Critics. The idea originated with criticism of traditional city design and life quality in large cities. As previously stated, the project's footprint is 34 square kilometers. This equates to fewer than 4 square meters per person. NEOM refers to the model as the Line, is an eco-city and carbon zero, but the project's magnitude and social ambitions raise severe concerns about its environmental impact. Experts in urban planning and design are concerned about the project's long-term viability and feasibility in today's society. Can a megastructure like this be carbon neutral with today's technology? According to Philip Oldfield, head of the Built Environment faculty at the University of New South Wales, the materials necessary to build such a project will emit around 1.8 billion tons of carbon dioxide. This is greater than several European countries' annual carbon output. Unfortunately, with today's technology, it's not possible to achieve carbon neutrality for a large structure employing concrete, steel, and glass. In terms of biodiversity, the project's connection to the outside world is severed by 500-meter mirror walls. Even if birds could fly in and out, having massive parallel mirrors in the middle of the desert is not beneficial for the ecosystem. Furthermore, the city is defined horizontally. However, it's regarded as a 170-kilometer roadway surrounded by 500-meter-high walls and towers. While it may be horizontal as an urban model, the structures are vertical. However, the linear city concept, as represented by NEOM, is not new. It was first created in 1882 by Spanish urban planner Arturo Soria. He's also most recognized for developing the linear city concept. Following Soria, Waimata, Soviet planner Nikolai Alexandrovich Milutin, and German functionalities architect Ernest May developed this concept in the 1950s. In addition, American architects Michael Graves and Peter Eisenman planned a 35-kilometer linear metropolis between Boston and Washington in the 1960s. The classical linear city concept of Soria was adopted in Madrid, Spain. However, putting these ideas into action will result in a big win for Saudi Arabia. The problem. At first appearance, the project appears to be environmentally friendly. The urban edge is within 100 meters of any point in the city. A fast electric public transportation system assures that no part of the line is more than 20 minutes away. A claustrophobic existence is implied by living in such a massive facility. However, each inhabitant would benefit from an average 1,000 cubic meters of urban volume. That's far more generous than most densely populated urban areas. Unfortunately, a sophisticated vertical transit system would be required, as in many high-density, high-rise structures. The structure is the equivalent of a typical 125-story skyscraper. The project expenditures appear to be reasonable at $55,000 per household. Assume that this is only possible in a country with substantially lower labor costs than industrialized countries, and that it exclusively applies to infrastructure. Even so, it remains to be seen how ultra-high-speed transit and cutting-edge infrastructure and services can be cost-effectively integrated into the world's largest skyscraper. The concept of a linear city benefits by combining infrastructure such as water, electricity, gas, and transportation into a short linear metropolitan corridor. This approach enables significant efficiencies in infrastructures. The design's central tenet was to ruralize the city and urbanize the countryside. This idea is echoed in the line. However, one has to think about the effects on the landscape. How would a continuous 500-meter-high mirror barrier reflecting desert heat and light spanning 170 kilometers affect local biodiversity? The line appears to follow an east-west axis. This may be excellent for solar thermal management, but it will most certainly produce long shadows in the middle of winter. Environmental and social effects. The line aspires to be zero emissions. Energy is derived from renewable sources. Green hydrogen generates export revenue, wastewater is recycled, and it incorporates cutting-edge smart city technologies and mixed-use structures. Car ownership is being phased out in favor of walking, cycling, and public transportation. However, the materials and construction of such a massive project might produce a lot of pollution. According to the proposal, no one would be more than 2 minutes away from nature, but does this take into account the time it takes to get a lift? A high emphasis on vertical transit may hinder efforts for really walkable or bicycle-friendly areas if not well designed. Furthermore, important factors such as community structure, diversity of household types, likely demographics, governance, individual rights, equality of rights, property ownership, access to social services, civic involvement, and citizenship are barely mentioned in the project proposal. The line states that it will be based on human experience, that there will be progressive laws, and and that healthcare will promote individual empowerment. However, if new migrants bring their own ideals, it may be difficult to retain this vision. A nation-building initiative. The line appears to be a vast nation-building effort. Its planned population of 9 million people indicates a 25% increase over Saudi Arabia's current population of 35 million. The line's marketing strategy focuses on environmental sustainability, technology, luxury and professional lifestyles, innovation, and a strategic position. This implies that its planners and designers seek to create a unique and exceptional urban development that will quickly transfer Saudi Arabia to a post-carbon future. All of the pieces are in place to accomplish this. However, from a planning and building standpoint, it will necessitate great willpower, financial heft, and capability, and it remains to be seen whether the line will be able to attract the residents it requires to succeed. That's it for today. Hope you liked the video. Share it if you did. Like and comment on the video that you want to see next on our channel, and subscribe to see our future videos. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep watching.